When you are following the truth, right? When you are following God, right? When you are following your purpose in order for you to be fulfilled, you're going to be persecuted. And what I mean by persecuted is you're going to often be disrespected, right? And the Bible tells us that, when you follow Jesus, that also means that you will be disrespected just like he was, right? When he was alive and when he was on earth and when he was mocked and spat on, constantly disrespected, constantly being made fun of, right? See, when you have God in you, it reveals the enemies around you, right? It reveals those who are preying on your downfall. It reveals those who have bad intentions against you. It reveals those who are around you just to get benefits from you, from being around you. Sucking away your energy, right? Draining your energy, right? There's a lot of moments where, I'll just be chilling by myself and there can be a person that's just venting all of their problems to me, and that may be the case for you as well, right? And the reason why that person is doing that is because of the fact that they sense that you have good intentions, right? That is the only reason why a person would want to vent to you, is because of the fact that they feel safe around you, right? And the reason why they feel safe around you is because of the God inside of you, right? That's what God does, right? God makes people feel safe, right? When you are alone in your room and you have nobody to talk to, right, and you speak to God, you will feel safe. Why? Because he has that presence that is full of love and affection that is out of this world, right? That can't really be described in words, right? When you follow God, right? When you follow a loving God, right? Sometimes people are not going to appreciate what you're doing, and you can't go against that, right? You can't force others to understand what you understand. You can't force others to follow what you follow, right? In due time, it will happen, right? In due time, it will happen, bro. When you get closer to God, right? If people truly want to, improve themselves, if people truly want to better themselves, they will follow what you're doing, right? They wouldn't persecute you, right? They wouldn't make fun of you. They will follow what you're doing, right? When you are following God, do not stray away from that path, because you understand the truth, right? The enemy will try his very hardest to make you, feel some type of guilt, right? Or make you feel a certain type of way, right? To make you feel like you're going in the wrong direction, right? To make you feel like, it's bad about the fact that you're following this one God and you're not caring about any other religion, right? The enemy will literally make you feel like that, right? The enemy will talk to you in your ear and tell you that you're crazy, right? That you need to go see, a psychiatrist, that you have mental health problems, you have mental health issues, that you're crazy, right? There's going to be people in your life that see that you're following a loving God and will literally tell you straight to your face that you are crazy and that you have mental health problems, right? You gotta understand that it's literally the enemy inside of them, right? And the best thing that you can do is respond to that back with love and keep your distance, right? And forgive, Now, that doesn't mean that you have to let them back into your life, right? That doesn't mean that you forgive them and you continue to speak to them, right? It's okay to forgive others, and if somebody really does you wrong or say something that you don't like, you should cut them off, right? But the most important part is you forgive that person, right? Because the same way that you forgave that person is the same way that God forgave you for the sins that you commit on this earth. When you talk bad about people, when you're lustful, when you're greedy, right? When you're slothful, God forgives all of that. Why? Because he understands that you are only human and that you have limitations. And sometimes you may not know better, but at the same time, you are his child, right? The same way that, a father forgives his child, right? Because he doesn't know better. It's the same way with your relationship with God, right? God forgives you because there may be some times where, you really don't know better, right? And you only have one life, and we're all just trying to, figure out our purpose, figure out our way, right? And sometimes when you do figure out your way, which is God, right, you will be tested, right? And God will send you tests over and over and over again, right? And the reason why he does that is for you to become more disciplined, right? A man cannot become more disciplined if he's not tested, right? You cannot be more resilient if you're not tested, right? You cannot become strong if you're not tested, right? That's why we receive many battles on this earth, right? In order for us to become strong, in order for us to become, or just have more mental fortitude in general, we have to overcome certain battles in our life, right? We have to go through the trials and tribulations, right? Sometimes God will give you a battle for you to overcome, for you to rely on him more instead of relying on your own power, right? Understand that when you rely on yourself more than God, you're basically telling yourself that you are better than God. You're basically telling yourself that you are in control of your life 100%, and that's just not the case. Why? Because you don't know if you're going to wake up tomorrow, like I said in my past videos, right? You don't know where you're going to be at a year from now. Yes, you can have certain goals that you want to achieve a year from now, but you truly don't know if you're going to be in that position, because anything can happen. You can make assumptions, but you're not going to have clarity. Why? Because you do not have 100% control over your life, right? And that's what God is trying to remind us each and every day when we get tested with these battles, right? He's trying to remind us that, he is there for us. He is by our sides, right? He's there to comfort us. He's there to instruct us on what we have to do in order to overcome these battles, right? He's there to tell us what to do when somebody tells you that you're crazy and that you need to go see a doctor, right? He's there to tell us, or instruct us on what we have to do when we meet with somebody and they're trying to tempt us toward committing lustful acts, right? He's there to instruct us when we meet somebody and they're trying to tempt us into getting into a fight or getting into an altercation with them, It's very important that in this season of pursuing God, in this season of pursuing Christ, you don't give up, right? The person who endures until the very end will make it, right? And that's what it says in the Bible. You have to endure throughout the trials and tribulations. You have to endure through it all, right? Because through that endurance, right, you're going to be a person who is so disciplined, who has so much mental fortitude to the point where it's just out of this world. And why is it out of this world? Is because of the fact that it comes from God.